Hello, hello, and welcome to the third episode of Dating Dogs and Dumb Fucks. I'm your hostess with the mostest, the mob boss Anastasia, together with my co-host, the lovely and talented
Zedekus, the dog prodigy king. Thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Really, we've been getting really good feedback and we appreciate all the support.
Yes, thank you everyone, to all of our friends that have listened. I really appreciate it. I appreciate everyone that's listened and given their feedback. And those of you that listened without feedback, I appreciate you too as well. I love you so much. We have a lot of exciting stuff for you tonight. And at the end of the episode, we are going to talk about what you can look forward to.
Why you say tonight? It could be in the morning somewhere else.
Okay. Well, tonight meaning right now.
Just because we're recording it at nighttime.
Okay, this episode then.
Don't fucking assume, man.
Okay, shut up and start recording.
You always assume. Wow. Okay. So here's a question that always comes up. So what do you say to guys? Like, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? Women hate to answer that.
Yeah, I think that is such a rude question. If you're inviting me to the table, I'm bringing myself, motherfucker. Is there something that you need me to bring to the table? A guy that asks you that, they are not in their masculine energy. In fact, they are in their feminine energy. They're in a energy of lack and need. A guy shouldn't ask you that. If a guy asks you,
you're gonna answer like that? Like,
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna bring myself to the table. And that's more than enough. And if there's something that you need, let me know.
Okay.
I'll bring you a cookie with me, okay? How's that?
So if they say, well, can you elaborate? What does that mean? Like you bring yourself?
I'm bringing myself as a person and my good qualities to the table. I'm sorry. If a guy is asking me, that means he needs something. Do you need me to pay for the table? Because I can bring another man with me that will pay for the whole table and pay for the man that's asking what I bring to the table.
No. So check this out.
And one more thing. For all you ladies, sprinkle, sprinkle. Everyone's going to hate me for that. But those of you, if you know, then you know.
No. So check this out. I believe I love to pay. I don't mind paying. You gotta play to pay too also, right? That's the nature of the
pay to play.
Game. Yeah, you gotta pay to play. So if I paid for like 100 dinners, there's a saying that one dinner that a woman pays is equivalent to 100. You don't think that's fair?
Well, yeah, obviously, there are women out there that refuse to pay for dates, and the good women out there that feel that they shouldn't pay, they make up for it in other ways.
So like I've been on dates where the woman said, you know what, I'll split the cost, I don't mind. Like even for a coffee, it's like, no, come on, it's just a stupid coffee. And I remember one of them actually was in a bar. I got her a beer or something. And she's like, no, I want to pay because then men always expect much. You know, it's like, well, that's not dinner. And dinner, we expect a threesome.
Oh, come on.
You know? This is just a beer.
Yeah. I don't offer to pay on the first date. Sometimes I do on the second or third. But I noticed that it doesn't make such a big impact. As you say it does. I have offered to pay and I have
really
paid.
It doesn't? Okay, so what if the guy at the end of the date, you love, the banter, you like his look, you love the guy, you guys are clicking nicely, and at the end it's like, so let's split the bill. What then?
No, that's a red flag. That is a red flag.
I thought you said it as a bad to you.
No. If I can offer to pay, I can offer, and usually the guy will be like, no, it's okay. And I dated that one guy that could barely afford me, but he paid. Once in a while, I paid, I offered. I did other things. I bought movie tickets. Sometimes I drove. Sometimes, women will make it up in other ways, even more meaningful. So, for example, if you're dating someone that has a skill, like I don't know. Someone that does massages, they can give you a massage for free. You would save money if you're into massages, or a hairstylist.
Happy ending or no?
Oh my God, no. Okay. Well,
No?
that's you guys. Okay. If you want to do the happy ending, I'm just saying, if you're dating a masseuse, she can give you a massage. If you're dating a hairstylist, she can cut your hair. If you're dating someone that knows how to do facials, you know, they can give you a facial. They can do whatever they can, and you do that out of love. Now,
Yeah.
if they can do that and they choose not to,
Yeah, I know.
then that woman is a four-letter word that
I know.
I won't mention.
Cute?
No, but it does start with a C. So, here's an example. I don't have those skills. I am a IT person. I work with computers, right?
Right.
But I do other things. You
Yeah,
know,
no,
like
you're
if
right.
I do a lot. I do more. I treat men much better than most of them deserve, and I may not pay at the restaurant, but I'll get them a gift, or I'll buy movie tickets, or
No,
something.
you are like that. No,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
No, she has a good point, because I was dating a girl and she was an esthetician, right? And she knew that I like getting a facial here and there. Like, I don't want to look like a caveman, guys. I don't have bushy eyebrows. I tell my clients, like, look, your dog looks good, your dog trainer looks good, you know, and they laugh like, well, what does that have to do with it? But I'm just saying, you gotta really look presentable. But you're right. What happens is, if you don't want to spend on your man, what else can you do? Do you cook, you know, for
Yeah,
him? Do you
absolutely.
surprise him? I know, I get it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you can cook. I don't do that.
Right.
I don't like to cook. So for me like, let's say I invite the man out for dinner, I will pay if I'm inviting.
Yeah.
If I want to spoil him on his birthday or an occasion, or just because I don't cook. So for
Right.
me, I would love to take the guy out and pay if we're dating, if
Right.
we're in a relationship. But if it's the first date and the guy asks me to pay, that's a red flag. That means either you're a dick or you can't afford to date. And I feel very strongly about that. If you as a man cannot afford to take a woman out, don't.
But you went on a date with this guy, you know, remember you Ubered or something on a bus, and you still were willing to meet him, and he got lost.
And you know how that ended.
I know. I was wondering, like, how. So if a guy, guys, does that, I think he either got a DUI or he doesn't drive at all.
Some people, well, in San Francisco, there were a lot of people that didn't have a car. In San Francisco, you can get away with it.
I know.
In
LA,
LA,
if you don't
it's
have
a
a car, you don't have
little-
a dick.
No, I mean, I guess it's suspicious to me. You can live, let's say, downtown and work downtown and survive without a car and Uber everywhere. It's just harder. I would never
He
not
was
have a
telling
car.
you to meet him halfway somewhere.
Yeah,
Remember,
yeah.
I'll
He
pick him
wanted
up.
me to pick him up. Ultimately,
You should turn
I
in your
wasn't.
man card.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it, and I blocked him, and I went home. So that's,
See, now right there, you should have told him, like, look, you seem like a nice guy, but car is a problem. Like, be transparent.
yeah,
Come on.
maybe, but and I'm not proud of this. This
Yeah.
is the one time I'm really not proud of what I did. I should have said something, but I was a bitch. Okay,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
my bad. I just didn't care. I didn't feel it, and
So speaking of bitch, you dated that guy, okay? And he paid for everything. And then one time he suggested, like, let's go out on a vacation and you don't mind paying for half, and you got offended.
yeah, that was in the beginning of the relationship. I think.
No, like, you guys dated for like two
Well,
almost
the
3
thing
months?
is, no. We dated for 2 months, but that whole vacation thing, that was in the beginning. So if
I know, but think about it. I mean, he's been paying all this time for lunch and dinners, right? He wants to go out of town, and he's like,
I just
okay,
don't
let's.
like that. I don't like that.
But you're not being fair. Really, I'm talking from a
maybe
guy's
I'm
point
not
of
fair.
view.
Maybe I'm not fair. If you're inviting me to go out of town, I think.
Well, he's throwing an idea, you know, and he asked, and you got totally turned off.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like that. Like, I feel like if he's inviting me,
We didn't say you're invited. Like, let's go out of town. Jigar. Jigar means, you know, liver.
yes, it means liver.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I feel like, it's not necessarily like that he should pay. Maybe we should talk about it, but I didn't like it. I felt uncomfortable. and I wasn't having it. Let's just put it that way. I didn't like it. So
I don't know. So here's what's it's fucked up, guys. So if you're a guy, despite how kind you are, how tall you are, what's your education, your family upbringing, your great hygiene, you're in great in bed, you're great shape. If you don't have enough money, that's it. You're done. You're done. So isn't that true?
yeah, absolutely. So the price we pay, and again, I'm speaking strictly about Los Angeles. Other places
No,
are
but
different.
it applies everywhere.
Mostly here. So
No, trust me. Dating is dating everywhere. Men are always men. Women are always.
true, but I will die on the hill that it's worse here. I think Miami, from what I've heard, in LA are the two worst places for women.
I mean, guys, eventually we'll be taking calls, right? There's no way that this is just the case in LA.
Well, everyone complains.
just-
I'm
yeah.
just telling you, having
Guys
lived,
are horny everywhere. They
Having
just want to
lived-
go straight to fucking.
yeah, having lived in the Bay Area and having lived in LA, I can tell you it's a lot worse in LA for me personally, and I look at it that way. Like, I will die on that hill saying it's worse here.
Yeah, no, I guess, I don't know.
So to get back to what we were talking about, a woman here needs to be attractive. That is, I don't want to say your rent, but that is your pay. That is what you owe supposedly. To,
You guys gotta be attractive, and we gotta be rich.
And really attractive, not just like
We gotta be really rich, at least 100,000.
No, and men have to have money because the
but
women
it
here,
always comes down to 6-figure or higher. Have you noticed that?
yeah, 6 figures is nothing. Come on. If you're not
on.
making 100,000, like really, I don't know how you could survive off of that. You know, if you live maybe in Montana, 50,000 a year, we're talking about California. It's
Yeah.
not cheap here. Even if the rent is cheaper here than in the Bay Area, you're going to go out to a restaurant, you're going to, buy clothes, gas, all of that adds up. It all adds up. So 6 figures is the minimum.
Yeah.
I mean,
know.
come on. Even you could probably survive here on 100,000 for one person, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So I honestly, I mean, I hear you, and I've heard this from women. I honestly think if you wanna make babies, right? You wanna grow, make a family. Like, okay, I'm gonna get together with this girl to have kids. That's different. Like, you gotta have more money. You gotta be provider. Most likely, you probably would want her to either stay at home or have money for daycare. That I get it. But if you're single, and like say your kids are grown, and in your case your kids are grown, I don't think that's a far-fetched thing to like, okay, like sometimes if we go out on a vacation, it'll be nice if you pitch in. I don't think that's really
There's nothing
unreasonable.
wrong with that. When you're dating, there is nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Especially if you both make like the same amount of money. But let's say that
But no. See, that's the thing is you don't like a guy making the same as you. Like you want him to make more than you.
well, at least to be on my level. The same or more. There's no point. And again, this is a big point of contention here that everyone is like, oh my God. And I've had my friends go off on me. It doesn't matter how much the guy makes. And these are people that are married, because they don't think about it. But it doesn't matter how much a guy makes as long as he's a nice guy. Yeah. I get it. But at the end of the day, that's really not the case because I may want to go to Vegas for the weekend, right? Get like a decent room, stay at a nice hotel on the strip, go out to dinner, go to a show, blah, blah, blah. If the guy can't afford to go with me, what are we going
But
to do?
here's the thing is that guy may be able to afford on his own. He wants to make sure, you guys have both fun and he looks good. It's just like a teamwork. I know what you're saying, but the guy wants to have fun. He wants to take you. He wants to take his woman.
That's fine, but he should be able to at least afford it himself. And a lot of guys can't.
He's asking you to split it. And that turns you off.
It depends when.
Makes it less of a man.
Yeah, if a man can't provide,
But this is not
He's
provide. It's just a stupid like few days vacation.
okay, that's fine. That's fine. If we're dating and we discuss it, and I'll get the room, you get the show. That's not a big deal. That really isn't, because if the end game is that you want to be with this man, you're gonna combine expenses with him anyway. He's your boyfriend. You're gonna combine expenses. You guys move in or get married, you will be a unit. You'll be a couple, so it doesn't matter. Right?
So the reason I say that is because it's touchy subject for me too. So we're gonna name her. We're gonna call her Sophie. Sophie is that girl that I dated, my ex, and I paid like $600 for her lips for fillers. Right? I wanted to. Nothing was forced. It wasn't her birthday. It wasn't any occasion. She lost her shit one time when I was asking like if you can pick up a thing like it was at Porter's. It's a bakery. If you can get the croissant for me. I thought she was joking. It's like, oh my God, what kind of man are you? It's like, wow. What's your take on that?
And so that shows what kind of person she is. She was the kind of person.
But she could say I'm less of a man. How dare I ask for that?
No, everything that you did for her went unappreciated. All the kind gestures, and he did a lot for her.
Right.
Stuff that means more than money, stuff that shows your character, and something like that shows her character. It shouldn't even be an issue. It doesn't matter. Something under $20, it doesn't matter. I don't care. If I'm going out with my friends and I'm buying coffee, I'm not going to ask them to pay me back.
And what's funny is I always asked her, like, because I knew that she would get mad. Sometimes I would just say jokingly, I would always ask him when it was something very little, like Starbucks, $20, $30. And almost every time she would lose her shit.
It just shows that shows her character. It shows that she has a very bad relationship with money. Because I believe money should circulate, and she's stingy, not generous, which is
she wasn't stingy with for herself.
No,
That's
of
the thing.
course.
She got Botox done, fillers.
Yeah, she took care of herself. But when it comes to her man, she probably never saw you as her man then.
Yeah, no, probably not. No, I agree. Thinking back,
very
sex
entitled.
Slave.
Yeah,
sex slave. That's my life,
sex
guys.
slave. Yeah, poor
that's
guy.
My life. Yeah. All right, so guys, I don't want you guys think these stories should scare you. We want you to date. We want you to date smartly. You always learn something from every date. You learn what to do, what not to do, what to look out for. Because I hear this from so many women, like, fuck it, man, I'm done with dating. I'm sure you've been on that boat. I'm done. It's nothing wrong with taking a break. But giving up, guys, anybody can give up. What good will come out of you sitting on the couch? Really, like being on your phone, watching TV. So like one thing I've done is I ask, like I have to FaceTime, and it's not helping me. I'm not getting many matches. I was like, I have to see you. You got to see me. You got to make sure that I look like how I have my pictures, and a lot of women don't like that.
Yeah, because they have something to hide. I like to FaceTime, and sometimes I have FaceTimed with the guy, and even that backfired for me.
It's okay. I'd rather have something that I get an idea. Remember that guy wasn't even looking at you?
Yeah, it's so weird. I FaceTimed with this one guy. He was really, 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 really ugly. I don't remember his name. And he wasn't even, he was like, I think working on something on the computer, and he didn't even look at me, and I wanted to hang up, but I felt bad. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, okay. It's just really weird. And another thing about that, you need to own who you are. So for example, let's talk about being overweight. Being overweight for a man, it's not a big deal. Guys don't care. They will post.
It is.
It is and it isn't. Most men here in LA are overweight. Some of the women are too.
So you keep saying LA. If you're at least 25 or older, you're gonna have a little gut. At least 35 for sure.
I'm not talking about a little gut.
You're gonna have a gut, men and women. You're gonna have a little pooch.
Yeah, of course. None of us are perfect.
I know, but you keep saying LA. It's like everywhere. Even in Guatemala.
Okay, fine.
Okay? Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, men will post their photos, selfies. They don't care that they're fat. They're like, okay, whatever, right? A lot of women. It's true. They don't.
My brother said that, guys have this mentality like, date me, why? Because I have a dick.
Yeah. Again, let's go back to you're not that special.
Yeah, I have to keep saying
dick,
that. It's better than your toy. It's better than your finger. Here.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say to that. But the point is that men will post their photos. They'll sit there literally slouching. They have 4 double chins. They don't even care. Yeah, I'm a dude, right?
But trust me, I see really crazy pictures from women too.
Yeah, but most of the time, women that are overweight will try to hide it, and we all know what that looks like.
Yes, face shots always.
Face shots only. You can tell. You know.
Yep.
I'm not perfect. I never said I was perfect. I never claimed I was perfect. And I always have photos of myself where you can see, like I mentioned before, I am not skinny in any shape or form.
Yep,
you know, I have been better. And I will be back, you know. Being overweight is not a death sentence. It's not a permanent curse. It's something that we have control over. And so you can tell someone, yeah, you're fat. They're not going to die. I mean, hey, we know this. We know that we're chunky.
I know.
We're not pretending.
Like I put on my profile, 6 feet tall without 6-pack, you know, looking for a chubby chaser. Yeah.
You know, it is what it is, and I don't hide that. So I always have a full body photo where you can see that I'm not a size 0.
I'm not gonna get catfished. I'm gonna dog shark your ass.
And we still get catfished.
So I mean, let's go over that. So I think, you know, people are very, very visual, right? Like if you're a guy and you have a little gut, and most of us do, right? Like work out on your arms and chest. That's so important. It will give you like a good proportion. You're gonna have the good definition. You don't even need to join the gym for that. You could do push-up.
I know, it's unbelievable because Zedekias will sit there and do 3 reps of something and you can see the difference.
Yep.
Remember that guy I dated? I told him, I said, wow, you know, you should just lift weights. You know, I wasn't telling him he was fat. I wasn't saying anything, but we were talking about that, and I said that it will really help you. It boosts up testosterone. And men will have muscle definition on their arms.
Exactly. And I'll
he
never
didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. I'm like, okay.
I know. You know what's interesting is, so you can have a guy that is like a runner, right? Does CrossFit, does yoga, swimming. Unless he tells you guys, you cannot tell that he's doing that. He looks thin, he looks lean, but he doesn't look like he's in shape. Like you only can tell that when someone has definition in arms and chest. Have you noticed? That's funny.
Yeah, it's true.
It's really funny, you know. It's not fair, but that's the reality, because that's the first thing we say. Don't judge a book by its cover, but we do. We always do, no matter what.
Yeah, especially women. We get judged. So I just wanted to let you guys know we are obviously not showing our faces, and there is some sense of anonymity here. And about me, something that I want everyone to know, I am not perfect. I'm not claiming to be perfect. But I have been on many, many, many dates. I am an expert dater. Not an expert in relationships, but an expert in dating. When I say balak, that doesn't mean that I'm Miss America, that I'm gorgeous, that I treat men like shit. No. The reason why I block people is because I believe that when I am talking to a man, he should know how to talk to me. It's the same thing. When you order a piece of meat in a restaurant, you expect it to be cooked.
Right.
You're not going to go into the kitchen and cook that piece of meat. Right. So when I talk to a man and he doesn't know how to talk to me, grown-ass men in their 40s and 50s, I'm going to block him. I'm not going to help him and tell him, you should do this, you should do that. It's not cute. It's not funny. And if you are a man out there, think about how you talk to women. If you're getting blocked and you're thinking, oh my God, what a bitch, why did she block me? Think about how you're talking to her. High sexy is not a good way to talk to someone.
The last one.
Oh yeah, this was great. Totally. Dating profile. The guy sends me one word: sex. That's it. Wow, thank you. I really, really appreciate
just sex,
that.
Like, not sexy.
Just sex. Like, you know, I know this man is truly interested in getting to know me, and
we're in LA. And what was his nationality?
I'm not even gonna say.
Well, come on.
I think he was Latino. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah, LA is the little Mexico, so why not? I mean, some of the stuff, guys, is common sense. So when you're matched up with a woman, like say Facebook dating, they're waiting on you to say something. They're come on, be a man and say hi. Nice matching up with you. How you been? How's your day? When can I talk to you? Like, be respectful. Like, okay, when can I talk to you? When is a good time to reach out to you? I thought I would say hi. here's my number. What's your style? Do you like to talk a little bit? Do you like the number? I always say it like that. Like, what's your style? And like, what do you mean? Like, do you want to talk a bit through on here? As long as it doesn't drag. I don't want to be pen pal. Or you want to exchange numbers. Women love that. What do you think about that?
Absolutely, 100%. So what happens a lot of times is I'll match up with someone and they don't even say hi.
Yeah.
I give them like a day.
What do you say? These guys want me to.
Yeah, so I have a saying. If you can't even say hi to the woman, I'm like, what do you want? Do you want me to hold your dick while you pee? Like, seriously? I hate to be so crass, but men, my God, don't go on the dating site if you can't even say hi. And also, once you say hello, keep the conversation going. Don't act like you have 50 other women you're talking to, because we know you don't. We do. We do as women. We have 50 other guys we're talking to. Most of them end up getting blocked, okay? So we already know that. Don't try to be this big player. Again, you're not that special. Say hello. And if you're interested, for God's sakes, make a plan to meet and actually plan a date. Plan a date. Even if it's just coffee, plan it. Tell her, what day are you free? And she'll ask her, what day are you free? She'll tell you, okay, how about we meet here at this time? Just do that at least. I shouldn't even have to say this.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
embarrassed.
common sense.
I am embarrassed for you men that I have to point this out. You should know this. If you can't do that, I mean, there's this one guy that I've been talking to on and off. I'm not going to mention his name or his nickname. Zedekus knows. We were talking about meeting. I still haven't met him. And he's like, let's meet. I'm like, okay. Where should we go? Whatever you want to do, wherever you want to go. I even went so far as to send him a TikTok talking about how women like men that take charge. Nope, doesn't get it.
Yeah, no, I know. Sometimes, it's just some men or women, they just will never get it. Like, how much you throw hints. That's just given.
If you don't want to meet someone, don't go on a dating site. Don't waste other people's time. I will not chat with a guy for a week. You don't get my time. I'm so busy. I am so busy. If you want to meet me, make plans. If you don't, and a lot of women are like, oh, the women stopped responding. Yeah, because how much can you talk about the weather? How many times? It's not fun. It's not interesting. And there are men out there, you think it's just women that want to spend weeks getting to know you. I don't want to do that, because guess what? If we meet up, then I have all this useless information in my head about you. I don't need that. I really don't. I would like to meet as soon as possible to see if there's chemistry, if we match up, and to see if we want to move forward and see each other again. It's not that hard.
The other thing is, once you guys meet up, consistency is key. I've noticed you guys love that. Like, I say some stuff throughout the day, like text here and there, and then ask them, like, do you prefer me to call you instead of text?
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't take much, like, say good morning, good night. And I've noticed a lot of women complain about that.
That's another thing. Men are not consistent. So let's say you meet on the dating site on Monday and you're going to go out on Friday. Between Monday and Friday, it won't kill you to say good morning.
Yeah, keep the momentum.
At least good morning. At least good night. How was your day? And smart guys will do that. Smart guys will do that. But if you can't even do that, if a guy won't do that, he's not into you. He doesn't like you. I don't care how busy you are. I don't care. I know one thing. If a guy likes you, he'll find time. If a guy likes you, he will move mountains.
Yeah, people even take their phone when they take a shit with them.
Don't act like you. I mean, there are people that work, for example, in the medical field, and they can't take their phone for some reason. You can take a break during lunch if you really like the person and you want to get to know them. All the lack of doing all of these things just shows us that you don't care. Again, you want to have sex as soon as possible with the least amount of time and money spent. We're not dumb. We know this, but pretend that at least you care, because we will give up. Eventually women will give up, and I take breaks. I get so tired of it. I don't even believe I'm going to meet a normal guy in a dating site.
Like you should not let the woman confirm. That's really bad. Like if you
That's so bad.
like if you have a date set up, you should say like, you know what, I can't wait to see you, meet you face to face.
It makes you feel like they're not interested. If the woman has to confirm, you have failed as a man. You're
Yeah.
not that interested, and it makes us feel like, okay, well, I haven't heard from him, and I have to make backup plans. Our time is valuable. Everyone's time is valuable. If I'm gonna give you my Friday or Saturday night, you better believe it that is taking precedence. That means I gave up something else to spend time with you, and you don't even want to confirm.
Yep, I know.
So don't be surprised when you get blocked. Don't be
Blocked.
surprised. You will get blocked. Okay.
Yep, I know. All right, let's talk a little bit about dogs. We're not going to talk much about dogs, but it's two topics that came to mind. Do you have anything else you want to add on the dating stuff?
No. That was pretty much it.
All right. So one thing, guys, that I see a lot is dog parks, that my clients take dogs to dog parks. And dog parks, believe it or not, is not a good thing. So you want to take your dog to daycare if you can. Daycares, they do like a little vetting process, right? They make sure that your dog is socialized. They bring 3 different dogs, temperament test. They do this personality test. See how does your dog handle like a puppy, like a big dog, and all those dogs are spayed and neutered. So if your dogs are over 8 months old, I think 6 months, some of them are 6 months, they show different side of them. So a lot of my clients don't know that like a dog can smell another dog in heat up to 3 miles away. 3 miles away. So think about it. If you have a female dog going into heat, another male dog can smell it up to 3 miles away. So when you bring dogs to dog park, what happens? Barkers keep barking, jumpers keep jumping. The ones that always want to hump you, they hump your dog. They want to hump you.
At least the dogs compete for the women.
They do, yeah, but
they compete. You don't see guys doing that. Guys would never bother.
No, they want to hump you.
They want to
Right
hump
away.
you, but they're not going to compete with another guy.
You know what? I mean, what we'll do is we'll make sure and it mixes and it intertwines, you know, with dogs and relationship. But in a way, people are like that. Like guys, right away want to get laid. You know, it's right away want to get laid, and then like, if I like you, I want to date you. And I can see why you guys are hesitant. Like, I don't want to just fuck you, you know, for that. Like, what the hell? But I get it. Yeah. So back to what I was saying. Dog parks, guys, is not a good idea. What I'm saying is, I know you may say, well, I always take my dog to dog park. Nothing bad happened. It happens one time. I've seen dog get mauled in a dog park. And the dog that did the mauling, their owner just totally snuck out. And that dog was all bloody. They took it to the hospital. They took it to the vet. So you really taking a big chance.
I can't believe he left his dog there. What a joke.
Yeah, big chance. Yeah. Another thing I want to add is when you get a dog from a shelter or the pound and they say, we don't know nothing about this dog. We don't know. Like it was a surrender. Make sure you're watching for the behavior, because within 3 weeks to a month you're gonna see it. Like they get their mojo back. The honeymoon phase is over after 3 weeks. So you see this dog is either escape artist or he's unpredictable. He's a barker. He's not potty trained fully. He's a marker. He marks on everything. He's not good with dogs. He killed a cat. He bit a child. They don't take dogs to the pound. Someone, when they lose a dog, they do their best to find the dog. So just be aware of that. Like whenever a dog is like found at the pound and they say we don't know nothing about it, it's just to be smart.
Kind of like nobody wants that dog.
Yeah.
Kind of like a guy over 50 that was never married, no kids. Nobody wanted to have kids with him.
Well, but it was my I'm just picky. I'm very picky.
Of course. So was the dog. The dog
it was my education, was my career.
Yeah, sure.
You know, which means I was locked up. You know,
in jail or a player, or all of a sudden you're not cute anymore.
I mean, what's wrong with it? I just wanted to find myself. I was like, you know.
Took you 50 years, and now you're waiting for a 30-year-old to love you for your personality. Cute.
Yeah, and my personality is not enough. You want money too.
Yeah, no, because someone 20 years younger definitely wants to be with you for your personality.
Well, come on, man. Personality should be enough.
Yeah, of course. You're not that special.
Blocked.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, that's a wrap for today. Thanks so much for all the support. We're going to keep doing this.
We're going to keep on going, and let's give them a preview. So one of the things that I would like to do, and I'm not going to say when,
Right.
I'm going to have guests. There
Yeah,
are
we
people
will, definitely,
that
guys.
I follow on Instagram, local people that I think would be great on the show.
Yeah.
Some of my friends. And also, if you guys have any suggestions for topics or people that you want to see on the show, please go ahead. I believe you can add those comments to either Apple or Spotify to the
that's true,
podcast and let us know. Or you can always contact us at the email address listed on our podcast.
Correct.
And we'd love to hear from you. We're going to have guests. We're going to talk more about relationships, more about really bad dates, not just mine, but the ones Zedekias has some stories too.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do my best to see to tell you guys things from a guy's point of view, and she's gonna say it from her point of view, and the industry point of view, like what's out there, like really, like the dating world and the world of dogs and dog owners, and you'll see, guys, like it's very interesting to see from another person's point of view. Like not everyone can empathize, right? I always say you gotta empathize. Like empathy is something. Like I always tell my clients, we're gonna see things from your dog's point of view. We're gonna see things from your point of view. You guys do your best to see it from my point of view, and we'll do our best to see it from the other dog trainer that, couldn't train your dog point of view. And you'll see beautiful things start to happen when you think like that.
Yeah. And remember, everyone, thanks again for joining. And you're not that special.
You're not that special.
You're not that special.
Yeah, you're replaceable. Yeah,
we're all replaceable.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm really specifically talking to those player guys that are out there going to Mexico every weekend for parties, working out only on the upper body.
Yeah.
Remember, you're not going to be so cute in your late 40s, early 50s, okay?
But
Had to
don't
put that
don't
out there.
hate the player.
Yeah, hate the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you choose to participate.
Yeah,
there you
don't
go.
hate the player.
Hate
Okay.
the game. All right, guys. I love you
I
all,
guess.
and we will talk again shortly.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for listening.